Weather is calling for cloudy skies and rain. Folks, I'm an engineer by trade, and they say necessity is the mother of invention. Well, the necessity is that I do not get my high-speed camera wet. Therefore, I have to adapt and overcome. All right, folks, so up first, these are the Burger 250 grain hybrid open tip match. Got the high-speed camera set up. Let's see what happens here. Nice, I'm excited to see what happens. Stay tuned. Direction of travel is from left to right on your screen. There's a screenshot, it's a gray, it's a streak. There's a bloom. The bullet is obviously tumbling at this point. I'm not sure if I got full penetration on the first block, and the second block it exits. Pretty cool. You can see the rainwater that's been accumulating on that first block. All right, so there's my point of impact, and I look like I got some cavitation. Probably about, this is a 20-inch block, so I'm guessing maybe 14, 15 inches of penetration. Not bad. All right, next up, these are the 250 grain Hornady hollow point bow tails. Here we go. High-speed camera's ready. Nice, let's see what happened there. Once again, direction travel left to right, there's a bullet streak. Holding frame, coming up on the bloom. And the bullet actually stops within the 20-inch block. You can see it probably around the, I'm guessing the 15-inch mark. Okay, my impact was right there. There's my impact, because I've been marking these with the pen. And it looks like, oh, look at that. There's a bullet right there. It probably got about, I'm guessing 15 inches of penetration. Probably got some decent cavitation. We'll see what the high-speed camera says. All right, next up, these are the Hornady 270 grain ELDXs. Probably a 338 Lapua Magnum favorite. Here we go. High-speed camera set up. I'll tell you what, it thumps them for sure. All right, direction left to right, there's a streak. Waiting for the bloom now. Now watch this, folks. Look at that. It's coming out of the water. Look at that. That's pretty cool. You know what they say? Oh, the bullet ricocheted inside him. All right, folks, last but not least, these are the 300 grain Sierra Match Kings. I'm going to try to shoot a little bit lower on the ribs. See what happens here. High-speed camera set up. Here we go. That definitely hit with some authority now. All right, you know the drill. Left to right, there's a streak. Waiting for the bloom to occur. Watching the lower portion. We got a pretty good sized bloom. That bullet has tumbled. And then we get the whale breaching the water. Okay, definitely a hit lower. There's my point of impact. I want to clear up some things about the origins of this cartridge and this rifle. Let's look at some of the specifics. So the 338 Razorback was a concept between Ron Williams, was working prior to meeting Jeff Mager. Since their collaboration, they have modified some aspects of the cartridge and pursued bringing its more the meaning and velocity behind Nanosonic. A smallest powder volume to push heaviest per caliber bullets to velocity of 950 to 1,000 feet per second, while choosing an easily modified parent case that will yield high load density for accuracy and maintain safe pressure limits. Bullets, brass, and AR-15 parts should be plentiful in normal market situations. They did not want a cartridge with difficult brass to form, one bullet that works, etc. These cartridges are hyper efficient. Often a pound of powder will last hundreds, if not 1,000 rounds. There are 7,000 grains in 1 pound, so a 7-grain charge would be 1,000 rounds. In this instance, for this 338 Razorback, I'm dropping nominally 8.5 to 8.6 grains of little powder, so I'm easily getting almost 1,000 rounds for 1 pound. They wanted also to take the frustration out of subsonics. Readily available components, complete uppers, low data, dies that are set up, and even loaded ammo. I gotta give a shout out to my buddy Dan at McGowan Barrels. Unbeknownst to me, Ron Williams has been using McGowan Precision blanks. All right, folks, since I cut the first video last week on the 338 Razorback, I've had a couple questions, and I guess that's the elephant in the room right now is, does this 338 Razorback compete with the A6 Blackout? And I would say directly no, because the 8.6 Blackout and 338 Razorback are two distinct cartridges and platforms. They share the same 338 caliber distinction, but that's where the commonality ends. 8.6 Blackout based on the AR-10 or the LR-308 338 Razorback based on the AR-15. Now, talking with Ron and Jeff specifically, Ron's vision when he first came up with the cartridge was trying to figure out getting a small subsonic, so he used a 10mm auto and necked it down to 338. Now, some of you guys are familiar with the 338 Spectre, which from my understanding is a 10mm auto magnum, which is a lengthened brass. I think the 10mm auto magnum is like 1.24 maybe, and I know the 10mm auto is like nominally 0.992 nominally. So there is a difference in case capacity. Well, the reason why Ron and Jeff both have developed the 338 Razorback with subsonics, if you guys know, the struggles we've had with 300 Blackout, trying to get an accurate load with 300 Blackout, all subsonics suffer from the same fate. It's called load density. And what you're trying to achieve is trying to get as close to 100% load density as possible and still stay at 1,000 feet per second or under. The problem with the bigger subsonics is you have so much case capacity that you don't even need it. And the problem with that is if you get low densities in the 50 to 60% range, that powder, is laying sideways now, and you won't get good consistent ignition, which equates to good consistent groups. So that was pretty much the brainchild of Ron Williams, and then he and Jeff both collaborated over the years. I mean, these guys have been working on these cartridges for like, oh my gosh, I think Jeff told me over 10 years now they've been playing around with it. So stay tuned. They've got more Nanosonics coming out. I'm pretty excited to work with them. It's pretty cool that they can do this, only in America. You gotta love it. So this Nito with AP 2020 Outdoors, remember, support that Second Amendment. We'll see you later, and I thank you.